Level Up Latina partners with working women and mamas alike to guide them in achieving fulfilling career and life goals through financial empowerment, professional or leadership coaching, and personal wellness. Find the unique coaching you need to succeed.
You're listening to Vero, Ceci, and Irene, and we are Level Up Latina.
Welcome to another episode of the Level Up Latina podcast. Today, this is episode 158, and today we're going to be introducing our summer series. And you're probably like, what the hell is a summer series? So this summer, 2022, we decided to do a series of episodes where the audience, our listeners, chimed in and told us topics that they would want us to discuss. These are going to be short and sweet episodes. A lot of it has to do because we are also taking some time off this summer, much needed break. As you heard in our prior episode, Vero is going to be having this baby soon. So we're going to be taking most of July and all of August off. So in that sense, we just wanted to really hear what our listeners had to say as far as like what topics they want us to discuss. So just to kick off this series today, we want to talk about what our goals for the summer are for our families, for ourselves, or just what the plan is this summer. So before we jump in, just want to check in with mis comadres aquí, cómo andan, Irene y Vero, cómo se sienten with this series that we're about to jump into.
Excited. It feels like summer. It's a good time to talk about it. This is the first week of summer. The weather has been on point. It has felt like Florida at some points. It's been like humid and hot and fun and sunny and tans. And I'm excited about the series. I'm excited about the baby coming. I know the baby's name. I'm not going to tell anyone, but if she's named after me, like, don't be shocked. I mean, I am pretty awesome. And if she's also named after Ceci, I mean, well, what could you expect? It's going to be Irene Cecilia or Cecilia. I couldn't help it. I had to throw it out there. Anyway, in todo, caso que no sea named after us, we want this baby to be born happy and healthy. We want Vero to enjoy her break. So we're excited to be recording these short but sweet episodes for the summer so that Vero can take her time to just bond with her baby and be free of this and enjoy just that mommy moon. And we want the best for you, Vero. We want it to be smooth and easy, and that God is there and that angels are there and that you and your husband and the babies are all happy and healthy at the end of it.
Thank you so much, chicas. And I'm excited for the summer series. I want to make sure that we leave some good nuggets and gems for the women that are listening. And if there's some dudes that listen as well, you'll learn something too, because we take y'all into consideration sometimes too, Pero yeah, I'm excited. Thank you, las dos, por apoyarme en esto. That's the beauty of also working with your best friends and owning a business. You are able to make decisions with your team that is for the benefit of all. Like that's my last job was one of those things where they're like, hey, sorry, we don't understand how you need time away with your kids. So I'm thankful, les aprecio. Y we really hope that you get as much as you can and get some good stuff from the summer series. We're excited. It's a first-time thing, and if it works out, it might be a continuous thing to make sure that everyone needs to enjoy their summer. Everyone. I think we hold on to this love and affinity of summer because when we were kids, we loved that vacation feel. Like we took a break from school. Some of us traveled by car to Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Venezuela, all these different places. And we have like these fond memories of the summer. So I feel as adults, like, it stays with us. Like, oh man, this is cool. Whether you have kids or not, you're like, I want to enjoy summer. I want to live my best summer. I want to live my best life. So we'll go on to share about that, Ceci. So you know where to go with this.
You're right, Vero. I think it's because we have that nostalgia, right? De que nos acordamos del verano, we're off and we're just, en nuestros tiempos no se usaba, pero en nuestros tiempos no se usaba, and also because our parents didn't have the resource que, I'm going to send you to camp, or I'm going to, make sure you're taking these classes. I mean, I remember the summer just hanging out at our house. We used to have those, the above ground pools at our house, and ahí nos la pasábamos all summer long, just in the pool. I remember, my mom would work during the day. And I remember my mom would buy that big bag of, chips from Costco and the can of nachos, and todo el día we're just eating nachos and then nadando todo el día in our little pool. And that's how, we didn't take swim classes, but that's how we taught ourselves how to swim, from that backyard swimming pool that we had. So just that nostalgia. Now us that we have children, we have more resources. We know about camps. We know my girls are doing summer school They're kind of too young for camp right now, but they're doing summer school. They're in swim class. And that's what we're doing. We're planning to go on vacation in like the first half of August, and it's going to be our first vacation post pandemic. So we're really excited about it. We're going to the beach. We're going to be going to Mexico City también. So we're super, super excited about that. And just kind of, looking forward to that and being together and being in the pool and just enjoying and making memories. What about you, ladies?
Right now that you mentioned above ground pool, we always had like the little plastic ones, and we tried the neighborhood pool for the summer one time. And mind you, I grew up in Watts, so all the baby kids, we were all out there, but it was hard to like try to learn how to swim because the pools were so crowded. So I remember that since I was the youngest one, my dad's like, pues les voy a comprar una alberquita, and he just bought us little plastic ones. But I would pretend to tan from like, I loved watching the Elvis movies on Channel 5, which is a different channel in the Bay Area. But like during the summer, I would watch I Love Lucy because they would like the shows, which would be a marathon of I Love Lucy. And then like by noon empezaba the Elvis movies for the summer. So I would love watching the Elvis movies, but there was this movie when he's in Hawaii and like how people always laid out and all that stuff. So in mi mente, I was like, oh, I'm going to lay out like these people in the movies. And of course I would have a towel, pero para secarme me la sacaba mi mamá ya before I went into the house. So I would like get newspaper and I would lay on newspaper, pero según mi mente, I was like, I'm one of those people from the movies. But then I always remembered like, oh, shoot. I would have the whole newspaper printed onto myself, like the ads, the articles, like me quedaba pegada, I'm like tonta, y me acordaba siempre al final, because in my head, I was like, I'm just going to have fun and I'm going to lay out.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. Like I have fond memories of that. Like my cousins would come from Mexico and then like we'll play outside. Nos llenaban la alberquita, nos traían fruta picada. And like all of that, it was just like so fun just being a kid, Like, and now I think we have these pressures sometimes to like really be like, oh, what are you doing for your summer? Well, I'm traveling abroad and I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I could see where that can kind of get people to feel like I should be doing that. I should be getting out and going on vacation and make time for that. Like if you really value it, that should be something that you plan already in advance, because the summer is the high time of travel, right? But plan for it. I think in the summer, we get so caught up in like, we should be doing something that we end up spending more than we want. Then we're in a pinch by the end of the summer. And you're trying to live this lifestyle that no one asked you to do it. You just feel like pressured to do it. But if it's something you really want to do, I recommend it. Plan it in advance and be like, I'm not going to take a spring break. I'm not going to do this, but I want a fucking fat summer. Plan for it so that you don't come out of pocket too much that you end up screwed by the end of the summer. But yeah,
that's a great tip. That's a great tip because uno se presiona y en last minute like, oh my God, I need to book something, and mejor, planear con tiempo and schedule it, and it's planned, it's going to happen, and it's going to come. So what about you, Irene?
That's a great segue. I am traveling once this summer outside of the Mexico City trip last weekend to go to Cabo, and I'm using my JetBlue credit. I'm so excited. JetBlue credit expired in September. So we're like, where should we go? Where should we go? And JetBlue is like through the roof right now. Everything's really expensive. Flights are really expensive. And I was really just like Vero said, like, I don't want to end up going on this huge vacation. And JetBlue was only giving me like $500. Like, I'm about to spend all this money to use $500. Like, mejor, you can have your $500 JetBlue. Like, I was from that school of thought. Like, they also don't fly to like everywhere that I would want to go. So I was like kind of limited. And in the end, it was funny because Diego and I were like, let's just go to Vegas. And I don't like going to Vegas because I feel like he spends so much. And then we have this rule that however much he spends, I get to spend. And it's a lovely rule. But honestly, he laughs at me because I'm like, yeah, you're going to go throw away $1,000 on slots. Like, I actually don't want to spend $1,000 at this spa. Like, I actually don't want to. And women might be listening to this, but like, I actually don't shop like that. Like, I'm like, I'd rather save the $1,000 that you just had for fun at the slots. I'm so like gambling averse. So anyway, in the long and short of it all, I was like, oh, Cabo's like cheaper than Vegas at the end of the day. So we're going to go to Cabo in August. And it was a great way of like not giving JetBlue more money than we had credit for. So quick tip, if you want to go to Cabo, it's pretty affordable, especially on JetBlue, because where we are in LA, and you don't have to travel JetBlue if you find something cheaper cheaper. So I know Ceci's going to Cabo. I'm going to Cabo. We've been to Cabo already like twice, but I think for Diego and I, it's a fun little getaway. Instead of traveling this summer, what I wanted to do was things that were experiences that I've been meaning to do, but I put off because of travel. So one thing I'm doing is I'm having a surprise birthday party for Diego at Topgolf. He doesn't know. I already paid the deposit. I already have people like confirmed. Sorry, Vero, it's too close to your due date, so you were not on the guest list, but I can make spots for you and Otto if need be, because you might have this baby sooner than expected. So that's like tail end of July. And then I also have a surprise birthday party for September. Que las invite. I'm going to have a mariachi for my mom. I'm like super excited. So I want to spend my usual travel budget on these things that I've been meaning to get to. Like I've been meaning to have like surprise birthday parties for both of them. And it's funny because like he's 41 and she's 81. So it's this weird like COVID delay. Like they didn't get like the 80th or the 40th, but I'm going to do that this summer. I'm really, really excited about that. In September, I get to go to a work conference in Australia, which is a new continent for me. So I'm super duper duper excited about that. But yes, I agree with Vero. No pressure to keep up with anyone. Do what makes you happy. And for me, what I felt would make me happy this year is spending my hard-earned money on things that are experiences. So I splurged and got like the season pass to Knott's, and we're going to Disney twice this summer. And I just kept thinking like, we live in this beautiful place. We live by the beach. Like we have to go. We have to experience this beautiful place. We have theme parks. We have our family here. Like, so I'm really making a very intentional effort to like do things with my family this summer and go to places that we take for granted this summer. And like Sophie and I were toying with the idea, but like 30 days, could we go to the beach for 30 days straight, not miss a day? And she was all down. The boys were like, yeah, right. Like when you go to work or you got to do something, like what if we're to town this weekend? And me and Sophie were like, we can do it. It could be a lunch at the beach. It could be a walk for the sunset. It could be a bike ride to the beach. I told Sophie, like, we can touch the sand and leave. Like we can do it. It could be 11 o'clock at night, but we met this goal. So she's for it. So we're going to try that in July 1 through 31. Every day, try to go to our local beach, which is, I kid you not, like 10 minutes away. Like you can bike there in 15, 20 minutes. So no reason why we can't, and appreciate what God gave us and what's right here in front of our eyes. Like Vero said, don't compare yourself to other people. Like you have beautiful golden shit in front of you. And the last thing I just wrote down because I threw on my plate was Ceci and I are going to do this no sugar in July. That's the one that's going to be hard as fuck.
Shit, I know.
I'm going to probably cheat on my husband's surprise birthday party day. But other than that, Ceci, I'm going to try to do this no sugar with you, Ceci. But that's the one that I'm a little scared about.
You guys can send all the sugar that you're not going to have to you. Pero se me antojaron estas galletas, te las voy a mandar. Perfect. I'll eat them for you.
Yeah. Ceci and I are going to try this no sugar in July. It's like the goal that I am least excited about, but I know is the best. And I'll feel really good in my bikini in August when I'm in Cabo. But right now, I'm dreading the no sugar. But we're going to do it, Ceci. We're going to do it.
I know.
Van a estar bien sexys.
I know Irene has done it in the past. She's like, oh, me gusta. And I think I did it at some point last year. But this time I was texting Irene and I was like, yo aquí toda covida and trying on bikinis. The other day I was trying on bikinis. And I was like, oh, I know, you know this, whatever. And of course, we're always going to like not be happy con nuestros bikinis, but whatever. But I'm like, I'm going to wear the damn bikini. But with that, I texted Irene. I was like, hey, how about we do a no sugar July? No sugar. She's like, okay, I'm down. And so this week I'm like, all right, I'm going to get all my sugar in. 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? Yeah. We were at some store that has really good pies. And like, I was telling Lisa, I'm like, oh my God, let's get this pie. So we got a pie and we've been eating it. And so, a ver esta semana que se me ocurre. And then, yeah, starting July también. I might cheat too. También I was thinking I might cheat maybe 2 days because our anniversary is July 18th.
Yeah, exacto.
So, yeah, so I might cheat. We're going to go to dinner, not that day, but the 28th. And I might cheat that day. And then also I might cheat on the 30th on the last day or last weekend because it's my niece's she's having a sweet 16, so there's gonna be cake obviously, so you know, que sea probarlo poquito el pastel. No soy muy fan del pastel, pero you know, obviously estando en una fiesta se antoja. So when you do the no sugar month or whatever, do you not drink alcohol either?
I try not to, but I still drink like those seltzers that supposedly have like zero sugar. Okay. So I'm still drinking. You know, I try to drink stuff that's supposedly like no sugar, but that's sort of cheating because I'm sure that a health person that will listen to this would be like, girl, there's blah, blah, blah.
Alcohol.
I try to definitely stick to like, then I become like a low carb drinker. I try to, but I'm not a big drinker, Ceci. So I figured the one day that I might have the sweets is my husband's birthday. Yeah. And that's the day that people will probably be drinking like crazy. But at that, I was like, dude, in July, I think I can pull it off. I think there's one day que celebramos algo. So I already knew, like, that's the day I'm going to have the cake and drink the freaking whatever is in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but
see what the
dude,
beauty of
no
this
alcohol would be amazing. That would be,
Yeah, that would be
the
like,
beauty of this
damn.
is goes into like planning it, right? You're like, hey,
Yeah.
for the month of July, we're going to do no sugar. But there are some days that I'm going to have to like maybe cheat, and you plan for that.
And
You're
that's
like,
okay.
I'm going to stay hardcore Monday through Friday, like for the first 2 weeks. And I know that I'm going to, in a sense, you could say like, I'm going to cheat, but it's like a little reward because I've done kick ass the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you don't have to kind of feel like you have to reward yourself and cheat like just randomly. You're like, no, me aguanto, que al cabo it's just, technically it's 2 weeks, and then I get a cheat day, and then I go again. So that's beautiful that you guys are planning it now. So in your mind, you're like, I'm not going to be completely without it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can enjoy it.
I like that. And with that, I haven't been exercising like the past 10 days or whatever that I have COVID. No he podido. But I want to jump back on doing, at least 3 days a week. So what I was thinking, at first I was like, oh, I should do 30 days. I'm like, can I do 30 days? I don't know. But I want to draw it out, like, the calendar. And like you said, Vero, like knowing that, okay, we're going to have that cheat day, and then like draw it in. So, I'm visual. So I want to see it like, okay, cool. Ahí están los días. I'm going to mark them down, the days that I'm going to exercise. And then I'm going to see my little cheat day there for our anniversary dinner. And then my niece's quince, or well, she didn't have a quince last year because COVID. She had a little birthday party, and so now she's having a sweet 16.
Everybody has the party plus 1 year.
Yeah.
That's
you también.
Estamos with the same theme. There's so many 81 and 16 and
I know
41s that we are celebrating.
I know.
But I do like that. I think that, and it's not even cheating. I try to tell the kids it's treating yourself. Sacrifice for a little while, and then it's a treat. Like I did this last July, and I loved it. Like I had like a carbless July, and I worked out every day for the entire month of July. I happened to be on vacation that whole month, so it was really easy to like change up my routine. And I knew like Diego's birthday was the day I was going to cheat. His birthday's on the 24th. So I knew for 24 days, I cannot have freaking ice cream and cake and dumb shit that I don't need for my sustenance in life. And then sure enough, we went to this dope ass restaurant that day. Everybody picked desserts. They were the best desserts, which even makes treating better. I wasn't going to have creme brulee when I was having that paleta that I really didn't want, that like 2 minutes after biting it was too damn sweet anyway. Like shit, you know what I mean? So it was nice to know that like on the 24th, I'm going to have whatever the hell I want. So that day I'm amaneci, and I think we bought like donuts or pan dulce. I was like, whatever I've been wanting for freaking 3 weeks. So it does feel good, and it's a treat. It's not a cheat, because I know that diet culture, some people can be triggered. So we don't mean to trigger anyone. Like it's not about depriving yourself or going hungry, but also goals are goals. And sometimes to meet the best goals in your life, you do have to sacrifice and give up some things, but it doesn't mean you give them up forever. So planning to have a treat, I think, is a really smart idea for us in July, including the baby. The baby's part of that treat.
Oh, that's right. We get a baby treat for sure.
I cannot wait to have a nice, delicious alcoholic beverage.
Right?
Like,
You've been sacrificing
what?
for another
Yeah.
misses.
You
You want
have.
like sushi, you want alcohol, you want whatever you couldn't have.
Yeah,
¿qué se te
I've been,
antoja?
se me antoja, like, I haven't had a piña colada in forever, okay? And piña coladas are such like a fruity,
Summer.
basic
Summer
drink, like everybody and the mama
Se te
drink piña
antoja,
colada.
yeah.
All the tias drink their piña colada.
But it's
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
Basic,
But I'm like,
delicious.
I want me a basic ass piña colada, but double shot of rum. Like I don't want it with a little bit of vodka, like a little splash of vodka, and just enjoy this frozen treat, because it's gonna be hot. Like, yeah, Marjorie Taylor said that climate change, this is good for us, right? 1 degree hotter. So she's crazy, but I'm gonna enjoy that 1 degree with a piña colada, and I can't wait to do that. And just have a cervecita. Put my feet up, nurse this baby, try to enjoy it as much as I can, because this is the last baby, you guys, for sure. Yeah, también. We already planned for the vasectomy. My English is not so good, sorry.
I just came from Mexico.
Those are great goals. We're going to snip auto. We're going to eat no sugar.
no
We're
sugar.
going to have a baby. Dang, we got some goals.
I want to have, speaking of drinks, I want to have a martini. A dirty martini, extra dirty, the day of our anniversary, because we're going to go to this it's what is it called, the House of Prime Rib. It's like super good. It's super hard to get a reservation, but we're just going to show up, it's super temprano. Anyway, they have really, really good martinis, and I haven't had a martini since the night we went to dinner in Palm Springs. Entonces no me he tomado un martini.
Wow. Since then, te debe un martini tú.
Me la mereces, ya,
Sí.
entonces.
We went to this delicious steakhouse the other day with Diego that also takes like months to get a reservation. Eddie V's in El Segundo. I don't know if you've been there, but it's really, really good food, like delicious food. But we were so full that we didn't have the dessert. And so he and I have a plan to go back there, take another couple, and eat everything on the dessert menu. Like go there for drinks and dessert, because oftentimes you go to these amazing places and there's no room for dessert. You eat amazing food, but there was so much on that dessert menu, but you also can't have it all. So we were thinking, we have to do that. It's like 4 desserts we can share with 2 other couples. We can drink, enjoy the steakhouse, and if someone wants an appetizer, go ahead, because the lobster mac and cheese is to die for. Like,
can we finally plan a date for us? Like, I've been wanting
we
to have
should
a date
go
with you
there.
guys.
Actually, then we should. Me,
I'm
you,
coming.
This is the perfect date. But I'm telling you, we were thinking of, y'all can have the steak, but we were thinking of just eating desserts. We should do it, Vero. It's like not far. It's super easy. You can leave the baby at home, but it's a fun date, and we want to do what Ceci is saying, like have the good food and dessert.
Yeah. Se me fue el tren. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say that we didn't talk about food in the last random episode, but here we are talking summer. I was, speaking of summer plans and whatnot, I was looking at the Instagram account of this like restaurant that I like in Mexico City, already craving. I'm like, oh my God, we have to go eat there. I'm like, I want to eat that. I want to eat that. Es un restaurante de seafood that we went last time we were there, and I really like, and they have really good food. And so I was already like, oh my God, I'm going to eat that. I want to eat that. And showing Luis, I'm like, oh my God, look it. Yo estoy enferma, pero antojada. El antojo no se me va, so.
Throughout my pregnancies, I had not craved like mariscos or anything like that. This pregnancy, ceviche, aguachile, se me antojan los callos de hacha. What are callos de hacha in English?
Are they scallops?
Scallops, yes. Okay. Callos de hacha, ostiones, like all these things that I cannot eat pregnant, se me han estado antojando. So I did cheat. I gave myself a treat, cheat. I did eat ceviche and aguachile for sure. Like I had ceviche at least in 5 times in this pregnancy. Separate occasions, not back to back. Y le hago yo, mamá, asegúrate que esté bien cocidito el limón, el camarón, But I just had to, because it was just, se me antojaba. And like, I love sushi. I love all that stuff. But I'm like, this was like a marisco, definitely like pregnancy where I'm like, I can't have any of it. And I just want to go. I really want to go to Mazatlan. In Mazatlan, there's this little offside by the main town, pasando el malecón. And it's on the side, and they have the best little tents of like aguachile, and their ostiones are delicious. Excuse me.
Yo, she's like, hasta va a llorar del antojo.
Oh my God. Like my mouth is watering. Oh. And I just want to go and have like a bomb cocktail. I want to have the ceviche. I want to have the aguachile, and I want to have these ostiones just like, and I just need to go.
Oh, you know what I want? And I've never been to Cabo, so maybe you guys know. Se me antoja ir a un restaurante que te sirvan like the whole fish, like una mojarra, así bien servida.
Zarandeada?
Cabo.
Yes, I want that. So if you guys know of any place there,
I know a few.
Me las mandas.
I've been twice to this one place, something venado or something with a V, but I'll figure it out. But the food is divine, and they do have the big old like mojarra, and they have delicious food. I'm going to send you the place. I'll figure it out. Isla something. Okay. Isla. You'll find it with the word Isla. I'll figure it out.
I found one good place in Cabo, but I went in 2006, 7, I don't remember, such a long time ago, que no me acuerdo. Fui with the homegirls, But we found a really good place, and their cocktail was to die for. I know there's a picture of us somewhere on Facebook. It's in el lugar, so maybe I can find it and be one of those creepers like FBI agent, but
I don't know where I got the V from. That's probably another popular place. But Mariscos Las Tres Islas is so good, Ceci. It's a little like, don't expect to be in
on the wall.
Like, you got to walk in. Yeah. And, like the locals are there. And it is divine. You're going to love it. Some dishes, the portions are small, but it's fine. But está muy rica la comida. Like we've had
Las
incredible
Tres Islas, ¿verdad?
Mariscos Las Tres Islas. It's really good.
Okay, gracias. Okay, anything else, girls, que quieran hablar de que, what your intentions are for this summer, or like the summer series, or anything you want to share before we wrap up?
Anyone that's listening to this episode, I really hope that you guys enjoy your summer, make the best of it, do what you want to do, enjoy things, be a tourist in your own backyard. I think that's where we live for granted, like Erin mentioned, and just do the best that you can to try to do something different this time around. And expose yourself to something different outside of COVID, and expose yourself outside to maybe toxic people like dudes and stuff, because, everyone's out for a summer fling. But just have a good time, enjoy it, have, drinks and eat and try new things. and don't overly exhaust it on your income. Just do things that are reasonable and the things that you want to do. So yeah. And if anything comes to mind, send them over because we're still recording and you have a chance to send in some ideas.
Perfect. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for listening today. Again, you know how to find us if you have a topic in particular that you want us to discuss during this short and sweet summer series. You know how to find us. Our email is admin@leveluplatina. Our handle on Facebook and Instagram is @leveluplatina. On Twitter, our handle is @Latina_up. Our website is leveluplatina.com. There you can find all the information about how to join the Guilt-Free Squad, if you're interested in our one-to-one coaching. También, if you're a small business and you want to promote your business on our podcast, go ahead and check out our website. There you will find how to go about doing that. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Chulas, for being here. Vero, for being here, and and the baby que también está ahí.
No, ya me voy.
Irene, thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Quiero.
Los queremos mucho. Happy summer.
Verano sin mí.